What's up guys, Jandy here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. If you don't know who I am an investor, entrepreneur, and also a full-time dad. Today I'm gonna share an interesting story, how I turned $1,000 into $50,000 in my first year of doing online business. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna be sharing the 3 things that I learned during my first year of running an online business. Now I hope this motivates you into getting started, or whether if you have started before, you're looking into re-attempting your entrepreneurial journey, this video is going to be for you. Now this all started 4 to 5 years ago when I was 23 years old. I was working at an IT job with a decent pay, and then during that time my friend contacted me and he was like, hey, why don't you come along? I'm starting this new journey. We're gonna be showing you how you can create your own passive income so you can quit your job. So that's what I did. And long story short, they introduced me into having the right mindset. They were in a different business model, which I didn't pursue, but this goes on to my next story. I went onto YouTube, which I know most of you did as well, and I searched up how to get rich really quick. And the first thing that I found was, there were a lot of videos around this topic, and that gave me hope, that sense of hope. This looked like it was possible for me to do. The first thing I attempted, surprisingly, was Amazon. Now with Amazon, I invested about $800 after trying to learn as much as I can on product search, on contacting suppliers, and doing all the logistics. It was just a whole nightmare. The first product that I tested on Amazon was a remote control for mobile phones so that you can play games with it. About a month or 2 months in, after spending about $800, I was barely making any money. In fact, I was pretty much just breaking even. What I didn't like about Amazon was it was too capital intensive and it took too much of my time. Now mind you, I was still working full-time at an IT job. Alright, moving on to the next story. I went again onto YouTube and I looked into how I can get passive income, or at least an income that will allow me to quit my job. Long and behold, I stumbled upon dropshipping, and this is the first time that I genuinely felt like I could do that, I can be successful with this. My first store was a flop. I tested the same product using the dropshipping method from my Amazon store. So after a week or 2 weeks of learning Shopify dropshipping, I launched my store. I tested the same product that I launched on Amazon, but this time it's dropshipping through AliExpress. What I like about this method is that I don't have to put a lot of money. So that saved me a lot of time, a lot of effort, which is a big bonus. When I built the store, it was probably the crappiest store I have ever made. And I say this, and I'm not gonna lie with you, this thing will never convert. And that's exactly what happened. I boosted a post on Facebook ads, okay, boosted, not even conversion campaign, and it didn't make any sales for the first week. I spent about $50 on ads. I had gathered around 2,000 visitors, targeting worldwide because one of the gurus said so. But again, I didn't make any sales. However, I didn't want to quit from there. Again, it wasn't too hard to build another store, to look for another product to sell. So that's exactly what I did. I opened up my second store after about 3 months in on my online business venture. And this time I applied my learnings from Amazon and from my first store. The first thing I learned was the product. The product is really important. So I look for something that's unique, something that will give value to the customer. And I went into the home and garden niche. I actually still have this store. It's been running for about 4 years now. And I created the store, but this time, learning more about conversion rate optimization, optimizing my page, my product images, and as well as my product description. Now all my Shopify page was ready. All I needed to do was run ads. And again, I was pretty scared because from last time when I boosted the page, I got 2,000 visitors and never got a sale. But this time, look, what I did was I went into YouTube again and I just learned about how to create a video that would convert, and that's exactly what I did. I learned this particular skill. I learned how to do Facebook ads. Okay, the first day that I launched the ads, I got my first sale, and that was a pivotal moment of my life. Achieving that first sale through Shopify gave me a sense of hope that, hey, I can make this work, and I'm starting to enjoy it. And this is really important if you're starting your own entrepreneurial journey, is that you need to enjoy this path. Now I continued to learn, I continued to run ads on this store, and the first month I generated about $10,000, and I didn't even spend much because of the dropshipping fulfillment method, where I will only pay the supplier if someone orders from my store. The only thing that I have to pay upfront is the Shopify subscription plan, and the first few weeks before you get your payout from Shopify, obviously you need to use your own money to advertise. But I knew I was getting profit anyway, so I just continued advertising. I probably profited about $3,000 on my first month with a total of $10,000 in sales. Even that first month, I was still at my job. In fact, the first 2 hours during the day of my job, I would complete everything that I had to do, and the rest of the day I will continue working on my business, and thankfully I did that. The next step that I had to do was I hired a VA. If you don't know what a VA is, it's a virtual assistant that will help you out, fulfill your orders, or with customer service. You pretty much can delegate and outsource everything that you can do for your store. I was seeing success for the first 3 months, and I was really happy, and again, I was really enjoying this process. Hiring that VA gave me a sense of leadership and becoming a proper CEO, even though it was just a 2-man team. Now, what I did next was I just duplicated the process. I opened up another store, applied my learnings and my failures to this new store that I did, and again, I was selling about $5,000 to $10,000 in this store. In my first year of doing e-commerce, I generated about $50,000 in sales while not spending too much up front. Going forward, after about 1.5 years, I quit my job and I went full-time. And in fact, no one from my family or friends were expecting this, and actually my mom wasn't on board with this, but I knew that if I can just spend more time into the business, I may be able to start generating huge passive income. By that time, I was about $300 profit per day, which was enough to cover my expenses, and in fact, it was higher than my salary for my IT job. Now, the 3 things that I learned from my first year of doing online business was, the first thing, you gotta fail really quickly, and I mean really quickly. The faster you fail, the more you learn during that process. However, don't get stuck in this mindset where you'll fail and you start feeling down about yourself, because that was one of the few things that I had to go through. However, when I started applying my learnings from my failures, that really boosted my business and I started seeing success. And the second thing that helped me become a successful entrepreneur was persevering. Don't give up. Now, most people that attempt entrepreneurial, now in fact, the first 3 years of doing online business, 95% will fail. However, those people that persevere throughout, it will be inevitable. You will be successful as long as you apply the learnings from your failures, continue to learn, continue to pivot, and also start enjoying it. Now the third thing is time. Time is really important, so you have to start thinking about delegating and outsourcing from the start, because this will open up more time for you to reinvest in your business. Now you're probably asking where I am right now after 4 years of running my online business. I own multiple 7-figure e-commerce stores. I own multiple properties now. I started investing into physical assets, and also I started dabbing into the crypto world, and finally I was able to retire my wife. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. If you have any videos that you want to see from me next, make sure to comment that below. See you guys soon.